I'm live. My skin is freaking out. Life, right? But hopefully it's not distracting. But yes, welcome back y'all. I'm back on live. No like fancy setup today. Doing a different type of live, doing a mobile vertical live. I'm gonna bring you guys another horizontal live soon, but we're gonna go with this for now. On tonight's docket, or the topics are going to be TikTok, the ban. TikTok is back. It was only banned for like 14 hours. And thankfully, we don't hear nothing about people offing themselves, because a lot of people were definitely on the crash out over a social media ban. And Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, Ryan Reynolds, that scandal is interesting, and there's more to that story. I did some shorts about it earlier. I'm gonna give my 2 cents, and then definitely gonna jump into the music industry with Gelo, Ball, Drake, UMG, Kendrick, and just like how that is all playing out. Um, so waiting for people to get here, but just ready to go ahead and get into it. Of course, I'm gonna have this up for the replay along with the links where you guys can find me on other social media platforms. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get started with TikTok. The TikTok ban, I didn't think they were gonna do it. I didn't think it was gonna happen. Like, I'm genuinely surprised. They've been threatening to ban TikTok for, well over a year. So it actually getting banned, hi, welcome in. It actually getting banned is like, oh, they did it, because I just didn't take it serious. Like, when how somebody like cry wolf, and like when they for real, you just don't take it serious. You don't believe them because they've cried wolf for so long. Well, that's how I have felt with the TikTok ban. I just felt like y'all been saying y'all are gonna ban this app. Hey, what's up? Good to see you, Dion. People been saying that, like, oh, they gonna ban TikTok for so long. I didn't believe they were actually gonna do it, so they actually banned it. I couldn't believe it, but they did. I wasn't really fazed by it too much because I've seen apps come and go. I lived through Vine dying. I lived through the decline of MySpace. Shit, Facebook barely holding on. So I wasn't freaking out. And I have more followers on TikTok. My videos have way more views. Their algorithm is, I don't want to say, I mean, it's better if you're a new creator. The algorithm is more forgiving because it feeds content rather than like you having to like go find the content. So it's less competition, I feel like. But I still just wasn't like pressed over TikTok being banned. Like, I wasn't. I know a lot of people who are content creators felt away because they felt like this is how we make our money, y'all just want us to go back to 9 to 5. Like, people had a lot of different opinions on it. Of course, some people, and like, just depending on your situation is going to affect how you view the ban. Again, a lot of people who make money on TikTok, or that's like their main source of income, felt like y'all are doing this because y'all want us to work 9 to 5. They don't want you to work 9 to 5s anymore. They don't want you back in a 9 to 5 office. They laying people off. So they definitely not trying to get you back into their corporate offices. They're not. They don't want you at their jobs. They are getting rid of jobs. They're creating AI. Okay. So, of course, some people are biased. Their personal bias is making them believe that, the oligarchs or the powers that be are against them and want them back in the office and want them back to work and want to, hate that they broke out of the matrix and make money as a content creator. That's not the truth. The truth of the matter is, it's all the energy harvest and a setup for what I keep telling y'all is coming. The new founding fathers, like the purge, been telling y'all about that, and I just am watching that play out because the purge and the Hunger Games. Because when you see the movie The Purge, like, America has become a whole different country, and again, they have the whole new system of government. And then you see somebody like Elon, who's they are claiming is the richest man in the world. I don't believe he's the richest man in the world, but that's the title that they're gonna give him. You don't know the name of the richest man in the world. If I had to guess, it would be somebody from the Rothschild family. But they're claiming, oh, Elon Musk, richest man in the world. Okay, he's a character too. Like, he's, in my opinion, one of the Antichrist. So he's playing his role too in the Book of Revelations. He's playing his role in Mystery Babylon. But Elon Musk is all involved in government now with Department of Government Efficiency. And the way that he's also bought Twitter, made it X, and all this other stuff, it's obvious that he's very involved, or was very involved in Trump's campaign, and like he's not trying to hide it. So, you know what I mean? Like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, like Mark Zuckerberg, those are the people who are gearing up to, those are the billionaires who are gearing up to be more involved in government in ways that they really shouldn't be involved, but they have money and lobbyists always win. Like, all we're seeing is like the lobbyists used to be behind the scenes. Like, I remember when I was living in like Northern Virginia growing up, I used to always hear about lobbyists. And when I found out what they did, I was like, oh, that's interesting. And all we're seeing is the lobbyists come to the forefront. Because it used to be you didn't really know who was a lobbyist. These guys would go up on Capitol Hill and, yeah, if you pass this bill that's going to help us make more money, we'll give you this. We'll give you a kickback. But now we're just seeing them be like, why be in the dark? We just going to go out in public and get these politicians to do what we want them to do. I think that's pretty obvious. So, yeah. Now, people are also saying that they believe that Zuckerberg or Elon will buy Meta. I've heard of Fashion Nova talking about they want to, they want to buy TikTok. I don't know about all of that. I don't think Fashion Nova will buy TikTok. It's not that I don't think they have enough money to. I just don't think that they are that involved. Yeah, what's up, Marcel? I don't think that they are that involved with politics enough, but nothing would surprise me. I just feel like a clothing brand trying to buy TikTok, but you never know, I definitely feel like Fashion Nova, I know Fashion Nova got something going on. The owner, his Rolls Royce got shot up. So he living foul. He doing something foul. Nothing would surprise me. So I just feel like, I don't know if they're going to let that happen though. I definitely feel like if somebody had to come in and buy TikTok, that yeah, it would be Zuckerberg and or Elon, because it's a media app, which would allow them to control more narratives. That's part of the goal, like, is to control and censor. And you have Zuckerberg going on Joe Rogan deflecting and lying and gaslighting about how, oh, the Biden administration made us follow all of these censorship guidelines and, did all of this stuff. And they were coming at us over COVID and they were coming at us over the election. Like, look, it's bullshit. I think a lot of y'all know that. But he's trying to cover his ass and rewrite history and make people doubt, their own experience and intelligence. Just crazy. But yeah, what do y'all think? Who do you guys think is gonna buy, if anybody in the US buys TikTok? I think yes, probably gonna be Elon or Zuckerberg. Now the issue is neither of them should buy TikTok, because that would give them too much control over the media, because Elon already owns X. Zuckerberg owns Facebook and Instagram. He does not need to be involved in any more social media sites. He already has enough control over media and the narrative. You think Trump gonna buy it? I don't think he will. I think the president is not supposed to be like still running like their private business. So I don't foresee that. I'm not saying it can't happen. He's a felon and is president, but traditionally, you know what I mean? Like that's why like when people become president, they usually like move away from their private business because that could be a conflict of interest. See what I'm saying? But again, nothing would surprise me. Like they rewrite in history because there's a new government system coming in, new founding fathers. Like they're gonna restructure government, rewrite rules, rewrite the Constitution, all of that. All of that's coming. It's predicted in the movie The Purge. I also find it interesting how when TikTok went down, Lemon8 went down, CapCut went down. I do not use those apps. So again, didn't affect me. But I was just like, damn, y'all done took down everybody. But what's more concerning is people just crashing out. Like people calling the police. People like losing their mind over a fucking social media app is not that serious. And I get it, you know, I mean, maybe I feel like I understand to an extent. I'm not monetized yet on TikTok. I have a good amount of followers, but I'm not at 10K yet. And, you know, I definitely feel like I'd be like, damn, you know, if the app, if I was making money on the app, but also I still have a job. Like I still have like a real like big girl job. So you know what I mean? Like I'm blessed to, I don't work an hourly job. You know what I mean? So I just feel like I'm more concerned with keeping like my salary job than full-out lying on TikTok. But for the people who like that's like their career, you know, I understand the concern, but also you should know if you're a content creator, you run a business and you should be on multiple platforms. Like that's why I always link my stuff once I'm done talking to you guys, because I'm on Discord, I am on Station Head, I'm on Twitter, I'm on YouTube, like I post on Instagram every now and then, but I'm mainly on Twitter and YouTube. Like YouTube is like my main platform. I have my own website. That's what I meant to say. I have my own website. So TikTok falling apart doesn't, you know what I mean? Like I have just other shit popping. And again, I own my own shit. So you know, when you own your own shit and you just not really shook up, you're like, you don't really worry about what people got going on their own platform. Like I updated the website today. I did. And I still gotta, you know, get more into the habit. But, you know, I updated that today. So I don't know. I feel like if you really taking your content serious, then you should be across multiple platforms. You should always be ready for these apps to either censor you, ban you, crumble. Like no social media app is gonna last forever. Twitter is not even what it used to be. Twitter is a shell of its former self. Twitter is not hot like it was back in 2011, 09. Like Twitter used to be lit. Twitter been on some whack shit. So you should always know that apps have an expiration date. Like another app will come and this one, the current one will fall. Like Instagram is in its fall. So that's why you should have your own shit. So that no matter whose app is falling and rising, you have your own platform that you can go back to and make content on, and that you can like keep running. Like you should always, you running a business. And then the name of the game in business is ownership. Nobody can kick me off my website for what I say. That's why I have like my real shit on my website. Like because they can't censor my domain that I own. So if you was just bopping around on TikTok and that was your main source of income and you didn't work on really building a business and a brand, then you have some evaluating to do. And yes, they had people crying and throwing up and like wilding out, and it's like ain't no need for that. Like ain't no need for y'all to be acting up because an app is gone. And that just exposed how addicted Americans are to social media and have just Americans, a lot of us too far gone. That's why nobody take Americans serious. Cause we not to be taken serious. Just a dud. Um, so I'm hearing that Zuckerberg had politicians buy stock in Meta right before the ban because once the app got banned, the Meta stock would go up. That sounds about right. I can believe that. And what do people do when apps go down? Even if an app is down for, a few minutes due to technical difficulties, what do? They run to Twitter, they run to Instagram, they run to just other social media apps, which makes their stock go up. They have more users on the platform. So it would make sense if Zuckerberg actually did convince politicians to buy stock in Meta before the ban. Insider trading like a mofo. But yeah, let's just see who's gonna buy it. They say that Trump gave it 90 days. Trump getting involved and being the hero shows that that was nothing more than a chess play. When they were like, we thank Trump, I was like, oh my gosh, like here we go. Here we go. It's so obvious that like this is a setup. It's just so obvious, bro. Like they definitely, to some people Trump is a villain, but to some people Trump is a savior. To some people he's a hero. And I think more often than not they try to play this game with Trump where he's like the anti-hero. Like you don't want to like him. He'll say something that's true that you don't want to hear, but then it comes out to be true and you got to be like, damn, he was right. Or damn, now I see what he was saying. You know what I mean? Like they definitely play that anti-hero card with Trump. They definitely do. So I wasn't surprised when they made it seem like, yeah, he came in and saved the day. I'm like, this is a setup, bro. And I told you guys on TikTok, if you follow me on TikTok, I said, look, the ban was all about energy harvesting. The inauguration is, I think, tomorrow. So they needed to ban the app for 14 hours to extract energy from you and get you to fuel them up for the inauguration. I definitely think something is going to go down. A lot of people think that Trump is going to be taking out the game. Nothing would surprise me. But do I believe? Let's talk about what happens if Trump gets taken out, because I think he could be taken out. I'm prepared for that to happen tomorrow. I'm prepared for the pow pow to happen to Trump tomorrow. If they take Trump out, what do they say in that book? He's going to be the last president, the last like voted in president. If they take Trump out tomorrow, it's the new founding fathers, because Elon is already in the government. So his vice president gonna step up. Elon might take on a bigger role. Right, something gonna happen tomorrow. Something is going to happen. I'm prepared. And I just think it's too much going on. Like they got the winter storm here, fires out in LA, inauguration, TikTok ban, like so many things are going on at one time to harvest energy for us to go into the new world. Like when they're about to run the CERN machine, they have to, get energy to rev that machine up. Anything in this world, that's the mechanics, metaphysics, anything. To like start something up, to start the engine of your car, you're gonna need to like rev up some kind of energy, right? So they're gonna need enough energy to open a portal to take us into the new world. We're in the age of Aquarius. It's about to be new shit, new levels of deception. They got to take us, you know, to where they want us to go to fulfill biblical prophecy. So yes, Dion, I definitely see some shit popping off tomorrow. I'm prepared for pow pow, and I'm prepared for a whole new system of government. I told y'all, Elon Musk is not human. I believe he is a gray alien. And on American Horror Story, they showed y'all that the Greys are a species that are here to end humanity. And they want to do it through DNA manipulation and technology. They gave humans technology in exchange for letting them manipulate human DNA. I feel like they already gave the play. That's why I'm not riled up, you know, because I've seen what they plan to do. So I was like, all right, you know, I'm just watching it happen. So yeah, let's just see what happens tomorrow. It's gonna be cray cray. It's gonna be nuts. Let me make sure I watch. Okay, let's move on to Blake Lively. Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, Ryan Reynolds. It's getting sloppy. It's getting trifling. It's getting messy. It's getting real funky. I already told you guys in the short earlier. Okay, Ready Player One. I'm gonna watch that. They have so many movies that be telling people what's gonna go down. It's insane. But thank you for your comment. I'm excited to go check that out. Okay, Blake Lively. I think she was cheating. I know some people say that she was trying to come on to Justin Baldoni and that he turned her down and she got her ego hurt and so she lashed out. I don't believe that he turned her down. I believe that they definitely crossed boundaries. Okay, I definitely think something more was going on there, and I haven't really followed it too much because it's white folks news, and it's no shade to my white people out there. It's just I don't follow white celebrities. I'm black. Hey, what's up? Hey, Micah, good to see you. Yes, check out the replay. I'm getting on the Justin Baldoni. I don't know. I feel like I've been drinking more water to try to just chill with my skin. But and I'm taking like vitamins and shit. I gotta get my shit together. But yeah, on the first segment I talked about TikTok ban inauguration, and now I'm getting on Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively. So yeah, some people are saying that she wanted to sleep with him or wanted to cheat with him. He didn't really want to. I believe that something definitely happened. It was revealed that she invited him to her trailer because in the lawsuit she was saying that, oh, he walked into my trailer when I was breastfeeding. He walked into my trailer when I was changing clothes. Right. Oh, hey, good to see you. Welcome. Good to see you. Yes, I believe that they were having an affair. I just believe like this. Very only somebody who's like super like mentally ill and like sick is gonna just walk into your trailer. You know what I mean? Like what is she trying to say? Like, I'm just saying, like, that people don't just do shit like that. Like, but if you make somebody feel comfortable enough to just walk into your trailer and at all different times without knocking or whatever the hell is going on, that's because, again, like, they're doing that because you've already crossed professional boundaries. They're doing that because you've made them feel comfortable doing that. They feel like they can. They feel like it's okay. Y'all have already had an interaction or a conversation to where they feel invited and welcome to do so. So I believe when Baldoni is saying that that he has texts where she invites him to her trailer, that makes sense. Why would her co-star just waltz into her trailer? If he knocked on the door and you were in the middle of changing and breastfeeding, then you would probably like, you know, tell him, oh, I'm in the middle of something, let me get over there. But he just walks into your trailer. Like, Blake, who you fooling? Who you lying to? And then you go blow all of this shit up. Like, I knew something was funky just because it's been in the media too much. Like, Blake doesn't realize that all the commotion that she's causing is making her look guilty. That's how I know, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I know she's guilty, because a hit dog will holler. Like, this woman has gone to the media suing this dude, making all these crazy allegations, then blew this completely up. Which is like letting me know that something was going on there. Something was going on. Like, it's obvious. Like, you done kicked up this whole mountain of shit. And y'all made it through the end of the movie. Like, if he was just bothering you that much, then how did y'all even film the whole movie? And I get wanting to be professional for work and do your job, but she's making it seem like he was really just like coming after her, or really just like on her like that. And it's like, if somebody was really on you like that, you probably would have pulled out of the film. But you don't wait it till y'all done went to the red carpet, and you know what I mean? The movie is out and all of this shit to like, now you kicking up all of this mess. It's like, girl, you looking guilty. And they pulling up all of these receipts about her character and how she used to be with her castmates of Gossip Girl. And what really gagged me was when they pulled the receipts that she has a habit of hooking up with her coworkers. That's when I was like, yeah, you was messing with that dude. I definitely believe that they were both involved. Like, he's married, she's married. I know how these married hoes be. They the worst. Married thoughts are the worst. Because, like, when people are single, you be like, okay, they single, you know? But when they marry, it's another level of desperation and just funk and filth. Because you just be like, you married, though. And you still wildin'? Those be the ones who be wilding the worst. The married hoes, they go the hardest. I'm telling you, they be the most dramatic. They be the worst. Ain't nothing like a married thought, male or female. They get down the wildest. I cannot stand them. They have the most demands. They have the most narcissism. They're super delusional. Like, they're crazy. You know, they have the most entitlement. They're the most selfish. The married hoes. And so it's looking like, you know, he was married, she was married. They got on the set of the movie. She's a thought, you know. She was messing with the dude. She was messing with her co-star from Gossip Girl. Then she was messing with Ryan Reynolds. When Ryan Reynolds was married to Scarlett Johansson, she was messing with him. So she just has a habit, like Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence is that same way. Like, every time Jennifer Lawrence do a movie, she has a habit of hooking up with the director. Oh, I be knowing. So yeah, it's just giving, you have a habit of like you have a habit of not being professional. You don't know how to separate work from play. You a hoe. You unhappily married, you know what I mean? Because Blake Lively got married and then just started having kids, and like she cooled down on her career, whereas like Ryan has continued to work. So she's doing what white tea women have a habit of doing, which is they get married, they settle down, they live these traditional lives, and then they realize that they want more and that they still want to hoe. They miss their freedom. And so they cheat, and then they kick up all this drama, and then when it blows back, now they're the victim. Like, I've seen this a million times. And they're always going to spin the story as if the man came after them because they can't just admit the truth. I think we will be living kind of like the movie Ready Player One by Steven Spielberg, where we are living in an alternate AI universe with a tech overlord, i.e. Elon or Mark. Right. That makes sense. She's guilty, especially since she refused a coordinator, and she's the wife of a billionaire. Does she really believe she's walking around unprotected, doesn't have the money to hurt who attempts? Yeah. She's hella guilty. And that's what I told you guys in that short earlier. her and Ryan gonna get divorced. I can see it now. All of this drama, all of this stuff going on, these lawsuits, all of this, it's going to blow in her. It's going to blow back in her face. Justin Baldoni has receipts. The lawsuit is going to expose her for being a liar, and her husband is going to be embarrassed that he, is with a cheating ass thought who lies and plays victim. He's going to divorce her. He's going to divorce her. They're going to be filing for divorce. I can see it now. And Justin Baldoni is going to stay married because that's how it goes. Like, when two married people cheat, the man who's cheating, his wife stays, and the woman who's cheating, her husband leaves her. Like clockwork. You can see it. You can see it. Like, I'm telling you, they're going to get divorced, and she's going to be proven to be a liar, and she's going to really ruin her reputation. She already gave up her career. She's going to ruin herself with this bullshit. She's going to. It's not going to end well for her. All right, let's move on to Gelo, Ball, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and UMG, Universal Music Group. So I'm glad I watched a video before I did this live. I had no idea that Kendrick Lamar was getting distribution through Universal, which makes sense that Drake is suing them. I know a lot of people feel like Drake is just being weak and soft by suing UMG, but I don't think he is. I think it's very obvious that the song Not Like Us was pushed very heavily because they played it too much. They played it everywhere. I think it's obvious when a song has a push, pretty much. I think it's obvious because it's overplayed. And I know people can like the same song, but I also just know what manufactured hits sound like, because when I'm in traffic, because I listen, when I'm in traffic and I hear what people are listening to, people have their unique music taste. Like, I hear people listen to like modern mainstream music, but you also hear people listening to a lot of shit that you've never heard or that you haven't heard in a long time. Again, it's already been exposed that majority of the streams are of older music. A lot of people are not really buying the new music. Like, this really goes back into the conversation of manufactured success by labels. And that's why labels are out of money, because they keep manufacturing success, and you can't keep pretending to be rich when you're really not rich. You're eventually going to deplete your wealth. You're eventually going to go broke. It happens to everyone. Everyone who tries to live above their means, it's a quicker route to the bottom. You will not be able to do that. So when I see Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us blow up so massively, I do believe that there were a lot of people who genuinely liked the song. There are a lot of people who genuinely wanted to see Drake be humbled, who wanted to see Drake go down. That was real. There's a lot of rappers in the game who don't like Drake and who don't see it for him. That was true, but the song was overplayed, and especially on radio, whereas radio is pretty much all payola. Your label pays for you to get plays, which is why Beyonce always uses, oh, I'm on the radio and I can put you on the radio. That's why she always uses that as a flex, because that shit is industry. That's industry shit. You know what I mean? Like, once you get that radio play, you're in. The industry is like behind you. Whereas like TikTok, speaking of TikTok, TikTok is more authentic because it's the creators, or it's the content creators choosing the music. Now there is still some manipulation there. I'm gonna get on that with Jello Ball, but overall, it's like people are choosing to listen to your music. The people have power over the music. So, see what I mean? Which is why the labels got involved with the TikTok charts, because they were losing their power to the people. So I do believe that Not Like Us was manufactured. I do believe that, yes, Drake was in his last year of his very big record deal, and they needed to do something to tank him before he got out of the record deal. That makes sense. Um, they also couldn't have him be an independent artist. You're not allowed to be independent and be a big artist. So, right. I always said that Kendrick Lamar was rewarded for going against Drake, and that he was just a tool used to take Drake down. I've been telling you guys that. I knew he was a tool to take Drake down 2 times. When he showed up with that $40 million house, and people said I was hating. I made a short about that. I was like, a $40 million house? You don't, you're not booked and selling like that. So you don't have that kind of money. But the labels rewarded him. Again, these artists don't own anything. Their labels own everything. So, and give it to them if they play their role. So I knew that that was bullshit. I was like, okay, so they rewarded you for going against Drake. Okay, I see. And then he got the NFL halftime show. And that's when I was like, okay, so Jay-Z is involved in the takedown of Drake. I did a video on that with how Jay-Z don't really like Nicki Minaj. He don't like Lil Wayne. He don't like Drake. He doesn't like a lot of the Young Money, Cash Money artists. So it's obvious that with the recent moves he's made via Megan Thee Stallion and Kendrick Lamar, he's trying to take these artists down. Or he's helping to take them down. Very obvious to see. So I feel no ways about Drake suing Universal. I feel like he's setting himself up. He's definitely in for a wild ride. He could have possibly made a comeback if he didn't sue them, but I think Drake, something bad might happen to him, because people have pointed out when you go against your label, you either end up dead or in jail. But to be honest with you guys, I think Drake, on some real shit, I think it's just his time. He's been hot for a long time. Everybody has their time. You will not run rap forever. It's not a business or a sport that's made to be played forever. At some point, you will have to retire. They will deactivate you. And I think that's what's happening with Drake. Like, I think his music overall in the last couple of years hasn't really been. They are annoying. They are hella annoying. I think Drake's music in the last couple of years hasn't really been that hot. I think he's still very talented. I think he still has a good verse, you know, a lot of the times, but he isn't making consistent good music. And I think just the topics that he's talking about, I think you can, rap is one of those genres where you can talk about bullshit in a really good way and sell it, but it doesn't change the fact that you're still talking about bullshit. And I think with Drake, that's what we've been seeing. I think he's been like the song Rich Baby Daddy. He had a good verse, but he's talking about bullshit. And I told you guys, that's why I really haven't listened to his latest projects, because it's about too much fuckery. Like, Drake's music hasn't really grown up and matured that much. He's rapping alongside 21 Savage, rapping with Lil Yachty, and still talking about gang gang and all this other like weird shit. And I do believe that a lot of that is because the labels want him to do that. I've been peeped. Like, him pushing Sexy Red so hard is because the labels wanted him to do that. He was getting, you know what I'm saying, I'm sure a check or some kind of incentive to push her. Just like I've been peeped, like even with Lil Baby, with the Lil Yachty's, with the 21 Savages, like Even with Nicki and Ice Spice, the label with Nicki Minaj and Coi Leray, when labels want to push an artist, they will have a bigger artist help them push that artist. And when you are signed and not in control of your music and career, you don't have a choice to say, I don't like them, I don't want to push them. You will push them. Your label mates, you will. So Drake has had a lot of stuff going on lately, but I just think, yeah, the quality of his music hasn't been that hot, and people have been talking about his fall off. And I think the labels have started to realize that, okay, yeah, he's a big artist, he can sell a lot of stuff. I mean, they've been accusing him of payola, but he's probably not really worth 500 million anymore at this point, and so we need to do something to bring his stock down. I found out that Universal Music Group is publicly traded. I didn't know they had did an IPO, which just proves how fucking broke they were. Broke, very broke. But you know, but that being said though, there was definitely a financial interest in the devaluation of Drake, because he probably was overvalued. It happens every time. It's giving private equity vibes. That's why you have people like crumble, falling apart. You know, you see these businesses fall apart because what happens? Private equity will invest in a company, overinflate their value, creating a bubble. And what happens to bubbles? They burst. When their valuation doesn't really, you know, live up to the hype, or really doesn't live up to reality, the bubble burst. Because it's not real. You're overstating something's value, and it doesn't have a strong enough foundation to justify the value of it. That's why, like, the luxury market is crumbling, the real estate market crumbling. Like, things across the U.S. are crumbling because we've been in a time of like hyperinflation where things cost way more than what they're truly are than their true value, and so that stuff is not sustainable. I do think that at one time Drake was a $500 million artist. I think during his run in like 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014. But I think these days, no, Drake is not a $500 million artist. And because he would have wanted more money upon signing, upon renewing his contract with UMG, they had to do something. They had to do something. It just makes sense. And that's from what I watched. Shout out to The Truth Is. That's why he is suing them, because it's really financial stuff and stuff in the background, and, you know, stock prices and like all of this. It's just crazy. Now, when we get into Gelo Ball, I want to move over into that. I told you guys biracials are taking over rap. So you mainly see it with the female rappers. You see it with, yes, the Ice Spice. You see it with Sweetie. You see it with, there's so many of them now. Coi Leray. You know, a lot of these like non-black or half black, you know, but mainly on the female rapper side, you see this rise in biracial or non-black rappers. And I believe that with Gelo Ball, the song Tweaker, its extreme rise overnight is interesting. It's very obvious that he's been working with labels for a minute now. And I agree with that person who said that UMG is setting him up for to replace Drake. That makes sense. They're biracials. They have a similar look, you know, light, real light with the dark hair, both tall. And I think they're going to try to use him as Drake's replacement. I for sure do. There is an agenda in hip hop to whitewash the sport, you know, to make it less black. That is an agenda. It's very obvious to see. So yeah, I believe that they're going to use Gelo Ball to push their agenda. With Gelo, I think I may have told you guys. I think the song is decent. I think he's got more work to do. He's certainly not musically talented like Drake, but I think with enough writers and enough of a good team, they can make him do the job. He's definitely got work to do, but I definitely think he will work. I think with a $13 million, $8 million guaranteed record deal, he has no choice but to work. Or he'll be getting pow too. You know what I mean? I am scared for him because the industry is evil, and I would hate to see people around him starting to pass away. But I think Jello just needs to just focus and work. I do, but I do think that they are going to try to propel him. I'm just watching his rise. Like, his rise is really interesting to watch. Just like Ice Spice's was interesting to watch. It's really interesting to see an artist rise to success, whether it's authentic or it's not. Especially when they do have like a good song out and you kind of like, I wonder where this is going. It's interesting to see where it goes. What I noticed on TikTok, I was like, okay, people really like his song because they're using it on TikTok. You know, they really like it. You hear Tweaker everywhere. So I do think that he has, and the chorus is good. Yes. Yeah. And again, that happened with Michael Jackson too. The owning of people's masters, that will definitely get you knocked off. But with Jello though, um the chorus of Tweaker is good. The beat is pretty good too. But just how fast he got booked at a music festival, and then how fast the news came out that he had a record deal with of that amount of money, I was like, this is fishy. And that let me know, okay, you've been working with these people for a long time. At least the last like year, you've been working with label people. You know, I tuned in and I heard that I listened to some of the songs that he released last year that didn't really do, you didn't hear of them. You don't hear of them. So I'm like, okay, you don't even have an EP out. You have just a handful of songs, and you have this one viral song, and then boom, immediately, record deal. That was all strategic and planned. So that let me know that the labels had a plan for, they've been recording with you, you know, and they've been had a plan for how they were going to launch the song. They had a plan for, you know, the TikTok rollout. Like, that was strategic. You know what I mean? Like, it let me know that, yeah, you've been working with them people for a minute, and they are behind some of the success. They're behind the marketing of the song. Like him doing that interview with Neon, you know what I mean? Like, this stuff, a lot of this stuff is not as authentic as it seems. And a good, you know, agent or a good A&R, a good team will make it look authentic. They will make it look grassroots, but it's not. Especially when you come out the gate with so much success. That big of a deal off of one song means that, or they want us to believe one song, lets me know that they have a plan for you and that you're going to fulfill it. You know what I mean? Like, and even Lonzo said that, his brother Lonzo said that he has a lot of songs in the stash, which lets me know, okay, you've been recording for months. You've been recording, and they have a whole rollout and a plan for you. He immediately gets booked at Rolling Loud. Like, come on. He's already booked. He's already booked. He did like that show at that NFL game yesterday. Right. I mean, he keeps it kind of lighthearted. I mean, he can't sing. If he can, I haven't heard it. I think his voice is not made for singing. But I think he's just a super laid back dude. I've seen the show Ball in the Family. I think he's laid back and chill, and I think they are trying to make him come off a little. I mean, I think his vibe is a little bit more hardcore. So I think his energy is, I don't read his energy as super similar to Drake. I read his look as similar to Drake. But again, I think he'll sell if he keeps up his momentum and just keeps working on his craft. I think he'll be fine. But I'm telling you, I'm noticing like, yeah, his success, his overnight success, or his fast success off of so little music and only one viral song is so orchestrated. And the labels, you know, they don't have a lot of money right now. So when they give somebody 13 million, 8 million guaranteed, it's just like, you know what I mean? They got a plan, bro. So I'm just excited to see how they roll him out. You know, I definitely think he's here to replace Drake and Lil Baby. Lil Baby's talking about he got another album coming out. It's not gonna do well. He has no talent. I don't foresee it doing good at all. Like, I just don't. I think Lil Baby is done. He's washed. He's not interesting. He can't really rap. He's just not it. No, you're not the only person who doesn't like it. A lot of people don't like it, but a lot of people love it. I think the hook is very catchy. I like to hear a deep voice on a man, so I think it's cool. But he's got more coming out, and I think people like Gelo. I think people like an underdog too. I think he's laid back. I think he's unproblematic. I think he doesn't have any scandals right now. I think people like him. And I think he's bringing something, again, bringing that nostalgia, and people are tired of what they've been hearing. And I think he'll be successful. I've been saying that. With Young Thug, I heard some of his latest stuff. It doesn't sound too good. I heard one of his verses on Lil Baby's album. I was like, I don't think you gonna really make it too much longer. I think your ass getting deactivated, your program probably over. But look, you guys, again, it's the fall. A lot of the old people are not gonna make it. Again, I told you, Lil Baby, Ice Spice, Cardi B, done. It's time for some new talent. Who else do y'all think is about to go away? Like, new music is so dry. It's so dry. It's so uninteresting. It's horrible. It's bad to listen to. It's bad to consume. New music is just like, and that's why labels are going broke. So if they cut you a big ass check, oh yeah, you gonna really have to throw something to try to recoup. So just my opinion. It's been about an hour. I got through everything. Right. And he's not gonna make it. He's done. I don't foresee, he can release all the albums he wants. If he knows what's best for him, he will be releasing these projects to get out of his deal, because he never had it. Lil Baby was never good. Having a couple decent songs doesn't make you a talented, good artist. And then they exposed him saying that Gunna was writing for him. Gunna actually has like talent. Even Young Thug has some talent, but Lil Baby, no. He's done. Good night. He will not be missed. I'm glad. I want him out of here. Like, he's such a shitty artist. Like, he's not even an artist. He's a cosplayer. And I'm tired of that. Like, I am the better flow over any Gelo. I can tap any. Okay, for sure. Anywho, you guys, thank y'all for showing up to the live. You know, I really appreciate it. Join the Discord. Follow me on Twitter. Hop on TikTok. You know, come find me elsewhere on social media. I will be listing the link on the community post. come to the website. That's what I really need to direct you guys to. Come to the website. But I will be popcultureconspiracy.com. But as usual, yeah, Megan is on her way out. But they're still pushing that girl. She's got, unfortunately, I don't know how much longer she has, but longer than I would like. But she's on her way out too. Just like, again, like even Lotto. Like, Lotto is not gonna be here too much longer. She's famous. She's getting her fame up, but her music didn't sell. She did 27K like her first week. Like, no, she's not gonna make it. Glorilla is gonna phase out quickly too. She's doing what she needs to do. She's pushing the agenda. She's like fulfilling her role. She's reading her script. But Glorilla, I don't see Glorilla having a 5-year, being here 5 years from now. I don't. I give Glorilla another 36 months. I give Megan Thee Stallion 24 months. Like, these girls are not good. And the guys are even worse. I'm not here to lie. Cardi B been done. She just can't say it or whatever. But yeah, crazy. If you guys want to continue the conversation, let's talk on Twitter or hop on the Discord. But anywho, again, I will list the link for the replay. Come check out the website, station head, everything. Y'all know where to find me. I will put it on the community post. If you are not coming to the community post, come to the community post. I'm always there posting, handling business. Drop down, give me recommendations, feedback, all of that. And again, I just thank you guys for stopping by tonight. Have a good night. Stay warm wherever you are. And wishing y'all safety and, have a good night. Thank you guys.